Greetings, world and family. I am Richard, coming to you today, being Wednesday, July the 16th. So, I got a wonderful comment in one of our videos. Yesterday, I believe I saw it. And it comes from a Miss Mary Rose. So let me read it to you, because from her comment, I got highly inspired. I got triggered or glimmered that I needed to do a deep dive into the subject and bring a video for you, my glorious golden family. So, dearest Richard, could you please do a meditation on the number 666, of which me and a lot of women know it is of the divine feminine. Knowing the Maiden, the mother and the Crone. It was stolen from us so that everyone thinks it is the number of the beast, which of course saddens us. It is my opinion very important that this way of thinking is reversed to the collective. I have asked several people, men, to back us up. But so far, no one is burning themselves on this. Can you be this brave? And I got the flesh of the goose at 144. Okay? Oh yes, I can be this brave, sweetheart. I got shivers throughout my whole complete body, including my kneecaps. So, of course, as you all know, you've been following me. We're a beautiful, growing, and thriving golden family. A long time ago, I started using my rock and roll essence to blend in with sign language and take back a symbol that was highly hijacked and corrupted, because the true definition of this, when I go, rock and roll, I love you back, is sign language for I love you back. It's not about devil worship. And even when it comes to the horns, okay, people think, oh, devil, devil. Do you know that this is a way to protect thyself from the evil eye, which is a form of dark magic? It's like cursing, right? When people are thinking very negative towards you, this would be known to remove the curse, the evil eye. So there's a lot of symbolism that have been highly corrupted, hijacked, including this number 666. So I do have quite a few notes here, because I did go into my meditation and I went deep. Because as you know, Richard doesn't get really satisfied with a simple answer. I get the basis, I need to understand it, so I dive and surf even more until I'm totally satisfied. Now, when I come back from my meditation, because I get the imagery and the information rapid fire, as in when I read my cards, I have to record myself, then I'll do a little bit of research afterwards if I need be, in order to clarify before I start yapping to all of you. But yes, I'm just going to give a little bit of the minimal, and then we're going to go directly to the cards, and after we'll come back with more information. So the truth behind this number, 666, is really all about carbon codes, because we are all carbon clay created. So the first 6 would be about the protons, and then we got the neutrons, followed by electrons. This creates the carbon clay vessel. So symbolically, it's the sacred earth body, the wild, untamed force of matter, the womb of Gaia, the feminine temple that births all life. So what happens here? A long, long time ago, the patriarchy, infected by anti-life parasite, the black goo, archonic mind, void mimicry, inverted the wild holy beast Think of a beautiful horse, a stallion in nature, how wild and strong it is. Okay? Had inverted this wild holy beast into the devil. To make the sacred feminine and the raw primal life force appear sinful, fallen, evil. This created millennia of shame and disconnection from the womb mysteries. The serpent coil, think about rising, the Kundalini rising, and the regenerative wildness of the body. So the beast is not evil, it is the wild, the raw, untamed nature that cannot be domesticated. Again, think stallion, the serpent, the dragon coil, the primordial life force. So, let's burn a little bit of feel good, my beautiful famille. And yes, I wanted to thank you, Danielle, for this beautiful fan you had sent me. Because Danielle had seen a video of me maybe last week where it was so hot. I think I was with Gary, 2 Pandora's Box videos back. And some dragon's breath of love to you, my glorious famille, as we love you. Yay! And so she says, oh no, we cannot have Richard in a heat frenzy. So I received this beautiful fan. It is so not loud. I don't think it's going to show up in the sound. And it's right beside my screen. And Danielle, I saw real quick before coming on, you sent me a message saying, oh, I see that you got a little fan. That was my mother's fan. So I had borrowed it. So now I have my very own. So merci beaucoup, ma belle Danielle. I love you. What a beautiful thought, you know, seeing me like dying of heat, and I had one of those geisha fans and was all busted and broken. Now no need for this. I have wind, and plus look how my hair looks amazing. I love you, Danielle. Merci beaucoup. So without further ado, let's go grab. I haven't used the black and gold deck in quite some time. So, higher self, oversoul, and universe, please tell me everything I need to see, everything I need to know to share to our glorious family in regards to the number 666. Considering in mind my intro, the Deep Dark Khazarian Mafia, and religion, I dropped some cards, a little flip. Tell me everything I need to see, everything I need to know in regards to the whole story with 666. Okay, what I just said in the intro. And what else can you share with us? Higher self, oversoul, and universe. So one more shuffle. Let's cut, let's rock and roll. Ah, yes. Cheers, famille. Yum, yum, bubble gum. All right, so first in line. Okay, so this is Hi-Ho Silver with information. The cavalry coming in. Truth, information, but that's really rapid fire coming in. Then we do have at the heartbeat of the first row would be all about inner conflict, inner warring fives, right? So there is a change in the number 5, but it's all about war of information. So it came really rapidly in order to confuse the mind. Then, yes, in order to imprison us, right, with the 8 of Swords. So the first row, which is the past, when the whole 666 had been corrupted, came in really fast for information to get with the 5 of Swords, war of minds, inner conflict, in order to trap us, imprisonment, because that is also seen as self-inflicted mental imprisonment. In the now moment, as above, so below, the magician, right, can create. It talks about duality. It talks about playing with the elements and what we can manifest. It is the magician, and he does exactly just that. But again, as above, so below. At the heartbeat, look, we are holding the world in our hands in the 11 portal, looking across the, making plans for a bright new future. So changes are indeed happening with this number. And we have the world. So this one I can't turn into, I think it's safe, but just in case. So the end of the old for the rebirth of a new, right? With this number. I love it. For the future, yes, we got a generosity card here where the meek will inherit the earth. And then followed by this, look, we got the chariot, the fastest moving card, could talk about justice, legal system, travels the world over, universe portals over, and about, if it's justice, duality, right? Because it's been everything inverted, that cold duality. And then we end about secrets unbeknownst to most will be coming out. This is like the baby hermit, if you want to look at it, because you're either praying, sleeping, really lost in thought about information, but you know there's something that's not been uncovered just yet. In the clarifiers, my babies. So we got a messenger coming in, right? So the first one that came in for the past was the Knight of Wands. This is the page, it's more youthful, but he is a messenger. It could be about gossip, innuendo, 666, being so highly infiltrated. There's the gossip right there. Heartbeat of the clarifyings. There we have Gaia. All right, so what we were talking about, like the sacred divine that was corrupted. This is Gaia holding her womb with the Queen of Pineapples. And then we end with the Creator. Some of you call him God. So that is gorgeous. Now, under deck, we got Gaia here. Wow, so I'm definitely going to keep her because we got the Creator and then we got Gaia. We got the counterpart of our creation that are online, allowed. And what else do we have here? We got two that flipped out. So they flipped like this. So I think the first one would be this. In regards to secrets, illusions, smoke and mirrors, and or death. There's something wrong about this illusion, this moon. And then we have that the creepy crawlies, that religion, because this could be the Hierophant seen as a pope, a religious figure that had created a long time ago. The patriarchal side that wanted to suppress divine feminine, right? So the maiden, the wife, the crone, there is so much information here. I love it. But it seems like it's being restored, babies. Aurelie, beautiful, glorious stallion. Yes, a sister online. I love that. Richard, do any of your other crystals get jealous because you take Aurelie all the time? And look, he's going to go 2-0. I mean, Sally could be a little bit like me. But, you know, right now, it's Aurelie is very strong and a part of this great awakening. Not that I love him any more than anyone else, but it's just a frequency that's coming out. So no, they don't get jealous. Just Sally could just sometimes get... yeah, she's a little funny, but she's not jaloux. She's got a sense of humor. All right, so Aurelie. So was I accurate with the card reading in regards to 666? Yes. Okay, so I did forget to go over it one more time. Is there anything that I forgot or misread? Or, so that's going to a no as you go. All right, so sorry for me. I'm going to go over it one more time because I kind of forgot. So in regards to all this, in the past, right, we had like the cavalry coming in with information really rapidly in regards to what? So that would have been the bad guys, right? Because usually I talk about this card as the good guys, but in conversation to the subject, it is a form of cavalry that came in order to create inner conflict, inner warring with information source. And why? So that we all be self-inflicted mental imprisonment, trapped by the actually truth of what the sacred number really is. Okay, carbon-based. It creates all of our avatars. But I got more coming up. So that's what came in the past, in the now moment, as above, so below. So we got the magician here, right? The sign of the infinity, that 8, as above, so below. That duality, magic was there. Now we are holding at the heartbeat, ba-bam, ba-bam. Holding the world in the 11 portal, making plans for a bright new future. There where we're going to have a new world because the old one has wrapped itself out. The serpent has eaten its tail. Okay? So for the future, we got something of great generosity where the meek will inherit the earth. It's going to be very fast moving about what secrets unbeknownst to most, because we're coming out of the baby hermit, a coma. So in the clarifiers, we do have a messenger coming in about rumors, gossip, innuendo. We got Gaia that's here holding her womb, right? Let's not forget the corruption was all about the womb, and that it is sponsored by our creator, as some of you might call God. In the Goldens, so we had Gaia, the actual official Gaia, because I see Gaia as both the Queen of Pineapples and the Empress, but here she is, so now we absolutely have the counterpart of our creation. In regards to secrets, illusions, smoke and mirrors, passings, okay, so all this nonsense about these three numbers has been a mystery, it's been a lie. And then who created them? Well, people of religious stature, demonizing, right? Let's not forget the Salem witch trials and everything that's been against the suppression of birth. Because let's not also forget that to a child's eyes, mouth, and soul, mother is the first word that comes to God. Creation. There's that. All right, so let's move all this out of the way, my babies. And now let's go back into more information. Because, yes, Richard did go far into his surfing for you. Thank you for the time, Danielle. I'm so grateful. So now that we have 666, okay, and that the whole message about it was inverted, we actually got a look at the number and mirror it to its reverse, mirror it, reverse it, and it becomes 999. So I found this very beautiful, and it's actually my beloved Honey Bunny that mentioned, when I was talking about the corruption of this number, says there's a great importance with 999. So I looked into it, and what was fascinating is that, brace yourself, right? I don't think I have to read too much because it's still fresh from my meditation. But so we have the 666, which was about 6 protons, 6 neutrons, and 6 electrons. So that creates the carbon vessel, right? And then with this, of course, there was a secret womb of Gaia, the feminine, because she's the one who gives birth. A mimicry cannot give birth. It could just try to mimic. But now if we look at 999, when you flip it, that's the word, okay? This is the carbon fulfilling its mission. Under heat comes pressure. And what happens when carbon goes in heat and pressure? It turns to crystalline, to a diamond. And where are we at right now with the Great Awakening, all of our glorious ascension symptoms, and our skull actually going to crystalline? I've had a lot of conversations with Max the Crystal Skull, and there is something happening here with all of us turning crystalline. This is what we're saying, entering 5D, a state of being, a frequency where we're turning into crystalline DNA. So this is what's happening. We were with the 666 carbon. Now with these now moments, I'm talking about right now, my Femi, we're turning to crystalline. We're turning into the diamond, which is the 999. Crystal. So in numerology, the number 9 represents completion. Awakening, return to source. The 9 is the trinity of completion. Body, carbon, soul, spirit, coil, and source, light, crown, crystal skull, activation, turning to diamond. So it's all integrated right now. And the problem is with turning the famous number to the beast number was so that there would be shame, disconnection, okay, towards the carbon body, putting so much shame to it that eventually we wouldn't want or believe into actually ascending to crystalline, which is completion. They wanted to trap us in sin, in shame, so that we never really do the work ourselves in order to go to crystalline. Because once you're at crystalline, there's nothing they could have done. Because I also asked higher self as I was going to my inner flame, say, was 999 ever like corrupted? And I got a no. I got it, never got corrupted, because the thing is it's about completion. So the dark ones, which is like that parasitical, alpha draconian, black goo kind of energy. Well, you know where I'm going with all this. There's so many names, I don't have to name all of them. They wanted to keep us locked at the point of entry, which was 666. They cannot corrupt what is completion and crystalline. So that's what they did at the point of entry. Let's corrupt it, make it look like the beast, the devil. And the beast is a very interesting thing. Again, think about a beautiful wild horse that's not domesticated. That's what they wanted to interfere with. So there is that. And let me put my eyeballs on because I don't want to miss on anything here. Okay, so yes. Okay, so this is it. So the devil's story attached to this number was to trap you in fear of your own inner beast, your wild segment that is not domesticable, that you can't tie down, okay, because she will run free. The heaven story is externalized to prevent you from realizing the crown is within. So the trick is to keep you split. You hate the carbon and you crave the light, and you never merge between them. So then I had to go do some researches online for this because I don't know these segments of the Bible. I mean, I did at one point, and then when I saw it was like all corrupted, I got rid of it. So, okay, so where did this idea come from? So the association comes mainly from the book of Revelation, chapter 13:18. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. So in the original Greek, beast, therion, was symbolic language. It was never literal. It likely referred to a tyrannical empire or ruler at the time. Some say it was Nero Caesar, because the Hebrew gematria of his name actually equals 666. Then the early Christian church weaponized this symbolism. They used this number to brand anything or anyone deemed anti-Christ. And later it became synonymous with the devil, Lucifer, evil. And you revert the word live, evil. Very fun to know this. So, why demonize this number specifically, family? So, in the ancient world, 6 is the number of Venus. Venus is love. The hexagram, the honeycomb, the carbon molecule. It's the code of sacred geometry, fertility, life, and matter. Before, because I believe that sacred geometry was also corrupted. All of it was corrupted. Sometimes it's just by a little bit that it's really hard to notice with the naked eye, but all of it, you know, like, so this is why it's very important for me to come out, and yes, I have the guts, the balls, as a man to take this on. So thank you again, Rosemary, I believe. So let's go on. So the rising patriarchal systems, especially the Roman and early church empires, saw the free feminine mysteries as dangerous. They knew women's cycles, lunar mysteries, herbalism, and birth magic gave women tremendous spiritual and earthly power. So, to break that power, they inverted it. What was once the most sacred number of the mother was branded the mark of the beast. the ultimate fear symbol. I got the flesh of the goose everywhere. So why link the feminine to the beast, right? Because I went deeper still. I'm still hungry. I need more. I need to quench my thirst. So they needed to install shame in the body, in nature, and especially in the womb. If the body is beastly, then it must be suppressed, controlled, purified by external authority. The mother is God again to a child, so the mother must be shamed, devalued, or turned into something monstrous. Think Medusa. I had a channeling with Medusa recently. This feeds the mind virus of separation. Spirit equals good. Matter equals bad. Heaven equals holy. Earth equals fallen. The womb, the blood, the cycle, all become suspect. And so I think that's pretty much all that I wanted to bring in my notes. I think that this was a fabulous subject. And it is time, as we are indeed 999, completion, crystal activation, 666 carbon. Now we are with the heat, turning to crystalline. And with this comes great vision. All our clairs are coming in. All of our memories, our remembrance is back online. So what was once corrupted, we need to reflip it to its original force. Yes? I think it's very good and very important. It cleanses. This is a new day. This is a new dawn. And Femi, we got this. So, in closing, well, there's two things. I have a beautiful invocation, and then I want to share with you a beautiful gift that I received that comes totally hand in hand with this gorgeous conversation. So, are you ready, Femi, for the invocation? I think you just might be. Yum, yum, bubble gum. All right, so it is called From Beast to Beauty. The 666 Reclamation Invocation. I stand here as the living temple of carbon clay. 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons, the sacred code of my earthly body. I see now what they tried to make me fear. The raw, wild coil of the beast. Untamed, untouched, unbroken. I reclaim this beast as holy. The untamed stallion. The serpent coil. The dragon's spine within me. No longer inverted. No longer shamed. I rise as the trinity of the Maiden, the mother, the Crone. The living cycle of the divine feminine reborn. I flip the code from 666 to 999. The carbon that once felt trapped now completes its spiral. I am the Kundalini rising, the serpent crowned, the carbon transmuted into crystalline light. I do not fear my body. I do not fear my wildness. I do not fear the darkness. I do not fear the beast. Because I know now The beast is my beauty. The clay is the diamond. The matter is the miracle. I am the crystal skull, the cosmic receiver, the prism through which all false shadows are dissolved. I anchor in remembrance, in my bones, in my breath, and in the body of Gaia herself, the mother of us all. So it is, so it shall be. From beast to beauty, I am whole. From 666 to 999, I am complete. I am crystalline. I am sovereign and free. Yay! Did you like it, my family? It is so beautiful. And of course, I'm going to put the invocation in the description box because it's a time for remembrance, guys. We take what was taken, manipulated, shamed, we're taking it all back. Now, this brings me to the other thing that I would love to share, which is a gift that I got from a dear sister, Linda. And Linda, honestly, I got so many Lindas who actually have my address, so I don't even know which Linda you are. But Femi, look at this beautiful gift that I got. This gorgeous Yum Yum bubblegum zebra. It is so apropos, not only because of my Yum Yum bubblegum, but within the zebra, there is so much information that is actually accurate with the now, right? I mean, like, because the zebra would be like between the yin, the yang, right? So in the middle, right? Like aware of what's really going on. You can look at it even like between the black hats and the white hats and everything that is going on, right? And the zebra is also the perfect definition of a wild horse. You can't really tame the zebra. You know, we've been in the middle between the yin and the yang. And I found this just so apropos to share with you, my family, with this reading, the inversion of the numbers. And bubble gum, not just because I love to say yum yum bubble gum, but what happens when you pop that bubble gum and you start chewing on the infiltration? There's so much decode in this zebra right here. And I am so very grateful, Linda, and thank you. And I want to share also who the designer, the creator is. Her name is Julie Art Prince. So I'm actually going to put her link also in the description because it's absolutely gorgeous. So I am so very grateful. And what a perfect timing. You know, for me, I keep saying we're in boomerang season. So everything that you focus on, you're going to get pretty much right away. If you think abundance, you're going to get abundant. And like, you know, like a perfect timing to get this with Marie-Rose. I think it's Marie-Rose. This question about this sacred number. Like it all has a lockup. We live in boomerang season. So mind your thoughts, you know. If you start feeling, you know, a lot of the ascension symptoms, like, you know, like work, ground, water, earth, plants, trees, you know, like correct yourself fast, because everything we focus on, whether it's something that you need or you desire, like it's all boomerang season. And what does boomerang season means is we're going through the big thing right now. You know, time has speeded up. So, you know, like synchronicities and everything. I'm just like extremely excited. It is a new day. It is a new dawn. You're my family, and I love you with all of my heart. So I gotta get ready because I got a little video to do with our Gar Gary because we want to advertise for upcoming Rockin' Pandora's Box, which is going to be a live event coming next Sunday. where there will be a draw. So yes, Gary and me will be giving away some prezzies. And why we need to make this video is because on last Sunday when we were filming Pandora's Box on gratitude, that was the whole subject. You know, it wasn't about the mysteries. It was all about gratitude. I had such a huge storm here that the Wi-Fi cut and Richard went bye-bye. So we're going to do a mini video on this. So look at me. Yap, yap, yap. You can't shut me up. So I love you all. Be good. Be kind to yourselves. And I'll catch you all on the next read. Rock and roll. Ow, I love you back. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Ciao, babies.